Hello everybody. So I just wanted to do a video on character selection and fighting games, more specifically in Mortal Kombat, Tekken, and Street Fighter, and just kind of speculate on why there's been a decline in characters in those games. And the first thing that comes to mind would be possibly graphics being prioritized over character selection. So this list is not including spin-offs or remakes or cameo characters. Those are like assist characters in Mortal Kombat 1, the latest release of Mortal Kombat, released in 2023. But I tried to color code everything to make it a little bit more readable of what I'm trying to highlight here. We will just take a look at the bottom line here for Mortal Kombat 1, 22 characters at release date, and 36 characters total with DLCs. And also, there is two more characters that you may have or had a chance to get without paying for them, which would be Shang Tsung, which you'd be able to get him from a pre-order. If you didn't do that, then you would have to pay for him. And then there's also Havoc, which you'd be able to get him for free doing the story mode. But those are the total 14 characters. And we will go ahead and look at the first one here. It's showing uh, for the first red highlighted percentage, we have 26%, meaning that Mortal Kombat Trilogy had 30 characters, and Mortal Kombat 1 came out with 22 characters. So it's a 26% decrease. And it came out in 1996. But if we could just look at the white text for a second, mainly the dates, and take a look at the top of the page with Mortal Kombat Arcade coming out in 1992 with 7 characters, and then Mortal Kombat 2 came out 1 year later, 1993, with 12 characters. Mortal Kombat 3, 1995, with 14 characters, and then they came out with a trilogy in 1996. So it looks like there was a 4 year time span where they were just releasing other games. Uh, that first one may not count because it's not really like a trend just yet because it was the first Mortal Kombat's. But from there, the trilogy came out, and then 1996, and then Armageddon came out in 2006, 10 years later, which I guess we'll consider that like the second trilogy because none of the other Mortal Kombats really even come close to that many characters. So that came out in 2006, 10 years later. So you would think that we'd get a trilogy from here. I mean, it's been about like 18 years since Armageddon was released, but I suppose this is what we're met with, really. The latest Mortal Kombat, released in 2023, had 22 characters, and in order to get up to 36 characters, get those 14 DLC characters, it looks like you'd have to pay about $180 or so. At the end of which you will have a 41% decrease in character selection from a game that was released 18 years ago. But we will go ahead and jump into Tekken now. And before I go ahead and start that, I know that they have a Game Pass or Fight Pass, and that would contain like all access to characters and some skins and some early access. But I would consider that more of like a later on type of thing, maybe when they get like 12 DLC characters, because the game was only released in January. So they plan on releasing 4 characters, and they only have 2 characters so far, Eddie and Lydia, but they are available for $7.99. But they will be releasing Hayachi and they have yet to disclose the fourth character. So I will move forward with only dealing with the DLC, just only paying for the fighter instead of the skins and such, since it's a character selection video. But I will go ahead and start this Reddit thread. It says, how many DLC characters do you think Tekken 8 will finish with? And the first and highest rated comment says around 20, I think. So uh, the next one is saying 20 also, and the next one's saying 10 to 15. The two saying 20 had the highest rated. So yeah, that's just kind of something to look at. Looks like they may release like 4 characters per season type of thing. All right, so we will take a look at the bottom of the list here, and it's showing Tekken 8 for released in 2024, released in January. It started off with 34 characters at release date, and then 4 DLC characters is what we're expected to get here soon. Even though we currently have 2, I decided to be optimistic with my percentages here, and we'll just go off the 38 for our percentages. But comparing our latest Tekken 8 currently to our first highlight here, Tekken Tag, with 39 characters, and it was released in 1999. So that is, we currently have one less character than Tekken Tag, released in 1999. And then for our second highlight, we have Tekken Tag 2, released with 59 characters. So that's a 35% decrease compared to our current Tekken 8. And then our last percentage would be the 38 compared to the total characters of 70. And that'd be a 45% decrease. Okay, guys, we are on our last game, Street Fighter 6. And as far as the DLC characters on this one, there is 2 packs and 4 characters in each pack, and they're $30 each. So 8 characters total for $60. And we'll go ahead and go into the list here, and we'll go ahead and look at the bottom again. We'll be going off the 26 DLC characters that I highlighted there for our percentages, and comparing that with the Street Fighter Alpha with 38 characters released in 1995 with a decrease of 36%, and then compared with the total characters of 90 in the Street Fighter franchise, not including any spin-offs, we get the 73% decrease. And so just comparing the characters and the dates, just starting at the top and going down, it looks like they have been steadily increasing. But as far as the DLCs seem to be affecting the Street Fighter 6, it it just seems we would have more characters by now, you would think. I mean, 1995, we have more characters than we have 36% more characters than a game that's been out for a year and has extra characters added on. For some reason, DLCs don't seem to be doing well in fighting games, but I don't think DLCs are bad across all games, just in fighting games in particular, which is why I wanted to do this video. But other games like Counter-Strike or Path of Exile, those are a couple of free games, but they make their money off of microtransactions or skins. Or also there's other games like RimWorld, which I'm a huge fan of, and I buy all of their DLCs. They release four of them at $20 or $25 each. So I'm not opposed to DLCs, but I think when they translate to fighting games, they seem to be adding on characters to the DLCs that fans have always wanted in the first place, and then they're forcing you to pay for them to play them. Like, and say for instance, Tekken 7 and Tekken 8 release Lydia as a DLC character in both games. So I think that's also one of the reasons why it's affecting character selection because they don't really, they kind of always have a conveyor belt of new content. But that is it for this video. Like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Alright, see you later.